So, today I am doing spark plugs and plug wires on my Ranger. I've already got cylinder 5 out. Didn't realize it wasn't recording. That was supposed to be recording, but here we are. So, cylinder 5 is out. It is definitely due for a change. The last time I did plugs in it, I put iridium plugs. I do not recommend the iridium plugs. They do not run and live very long in these trucks. So, any 2.9 owners out there, I definitely recommend just going back to stock Motorcraft plugs with the regular tip in the center, not an iridium style where it's itty bitty size of a pin tip. Just go with your regular spark plugs. Don't do nothing fancy. Don't need nothing fancy. It's a Ford Ranger. Don't get excited. OEM stock works wonderful. Works wonderful with these trucks. I'll show you here in a second. On the core support for your radiator, right behind the hood latch, there is a little placard that tells you your spark plug gap that you're supposed to have. You'll see that just in a second. So, on most of the Ford Rangers this year, hell, 90s and up, right on the tag, as soon as you open the hood, 9 times out of 10 it's behind the hood latch. If you come down and look, it will tell you what your plug gap is supposed to be at. These are 0.042 or 0.046 or anywhere in between. I usually shoot for 0.044 of a gap. Meet it in the middle, that way nothing crazy goes on. You don't get misfire or anything like that. It's a quick insight for anybody who would want to know. On cylinder 3, next to the airbox, like I said, you can get a ratchet back here with your plug socket and still have plenty of room to get it in. You don't have much hand space though. You can slide the socket over the plug with enough room and still be able to get enough work back and forth on the ratchet to be able to get it out. Plug 2, you can use either an extension or you can come through this lift point and slide the socket right on the plug. On cylinder 1, your best bet is to go down behind the alternator between it, the wiring harness, and the valve cover, and then go into your plug that way. It was the quickest and easiest way to get to that. You can't really get to it from back here without an extension, but you can get to it right here without an extension. So, alright, passenger side is now buttoned up. All the plug wires are where they need to be at. Cylinder 3, 2, and if I can get the phone down there. Cylinder 1. There's all of them. All new plug wires, spark plugs, and I did put plug boots on them where they lay up against the manifold to try and help protect the plug wires themselves from the heat. So hopefully that'll get a little bit more life out of my plug wires. Oh, now to jump over to driver's side and knock out these 3 real fast for 4, 5, and 6. Change out the old nasty plug wires and install the new ones. So, again, stick around. Now, new plugs in. They don't have to be super tight. You don't have to yank them down. You don't have to crank them down. You don't have to put an impact, or, well, let me say, you don't have to impact with your arm and get it so tight that the next guy can't get them out. When you get them tight, you'll feel it stop and just barely push past that. Maybe even 1/8 of a turn. Just, that's all you need. It doesn't have to be so tight that Iron Man couldn't break it loose. It just needs to be tight enough and snug to where it won't back itself out or be blown out by the compression. Just food for thought on that. Seen a lot of spark plugs where they're so tight you almost have to take an impact gun to back them back out. They should never be like that. Some people, I swear. Also, just a little slight pointer. If anybody would like to follow this rule, as you do your plugs and plug wires, do one at a time and do each plug wire as you go. That way you pull, say, cylinder 4 off and you unplug it. If you've got all the others unplugged, you are going to jump around and forget where your timing mark is supposed to be at. Which one's 4, which one's 5, 6, 3, 1, whichever. It's just easier to do them one at a time, trace where the wire goes, replace that wire, go back, put the new plug in, and then jump to the next. Then do that wire, so on and so forth. It'll save you from getting messed up, jumped around backwards, and pretty soon you'll be timing your motor from cylinder 5 to hooking it up to 3, or hooking it up over to 6, and then 6 is running cylinder 4, or whatever may happen. I promise you, when I did the distributor and everything in this truck the first time, before I had one of these books, that was a major pain in the ass. I was trying to figure out the exact timing for this motor. There is 3 different possibilities to wire all your spark plug wires in, and the motor still run until you take off down the road, and it'll idle just fine, but when you put it in gear and try and go, it will fall over itself trying to get up the road. Word to the wise, just do one wire at a time, that way you don't lose the right spot. So other word to the wise, cylinder 4, which is the front driver's side cylinder. Your best luck to get that spark plug out is your regular deep well 5/8 socket and a 3-inch 3/8 extension. It is tucked up under your fuel lines, coming up above your valve cover. Best way to get to it is to go under the top power steering hose, go right up to the block, and right there where my thumb is the hole. You can kind of see my finger up there in the top. Let me see here. That hole right there where my finger is, that will be your spark plug hole. You can get your extension and socket right there, and you can twist it out once you break it loose. Alright, so all 6 spark plugs are done now. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 4, 5, and 6. 1, 2, and 3 over there. New plug wires, new coil wire. Everything is run. I tried to clean it up best that I could. I need to figure out where my power steering fluid is coming from, because everything under here is completely soaked. But all that is now done. New wires, everything's kind of neatly tucked up, cleaned up, zip tied so it doesn't rub anything. Ooh, still need to cut that one. But everything on this side is done the same, all nice and neat and pretty. So now to fire it up and see how it goes. So the battery on the truck is dead, but that's fine. I've got a battery jump pack. I'm not sponsored by these people. If they watch this, I would gladly take a sponsorship. Vitoman, I guess is how you pronounce that. Don't hold me to that. But VTOMAN. They make a battery jump pack for small batteries, vehicles, normal size, and I'm pretty sure they have the 24 volt battery pack, but I'm not 100%. But on it, you have an on-off switch. If you slide it to on, it has a flashlight. It's pretty bright. If you click the power button, you can go strobe mode for fast, slow. Turn it off again. Hold it down. Let's see if I can get it to do it. And then it has a red. There it is. Has a red flash mode on it. Very handy, very bright. Will get the attention of people at night if you're stuck on the side of the road. It has a built-in battery pack to charge your phone, even a laptop with. Booster cables for any vehicle. Only 12 volt with this one. When you plug it in, it'll show you your battery percentage, which is 88%. No lights on just yet. And come over here to your battery and you'll hook up your positive. And then you come over and hook up your negative. And a green light will come on to tell you that you're good to go. Let's go hop in the truck real quick. Hopefully I don't run out of time. I'm using Snapchat to record a video. Hop in. Turn the key on. Fired right up. Plugs and plug wires are all done. She a little cold. Oh yeah. Battery pack does what it's supposed to, for sure. Plugs and plug wires are all done. Motor runs like a top now. Well, plugs and wires are all done. Truck's running wonderfully. She always has had, though, a little bit of a surge. If you watch, you'll see the tack jump up and down just a little bit. I have yet to figure out what causes that little electrical gremlin, but that is going to be soon to happen, I hope. But she idles around at 1,000 RPMs like she should. Up next, big projects is I've got new mirrors to put on because these have all seen better days. And e-brake cables. So, and tie rod. And I think the adjuster sleeve and all that too for this side. And new front shocks. So, here soon, here's to everything, getting the whole truck put back together. Thank y'all for watching. I hope this helps anybody who may have questions about doing spark plugs on your Ranger. Questions, comments, concerns, anything else, leave a comment below, subscribe. Hope to see you on the next video. She definitely idles a lot better than she was before. If you have a rough idle issue or anything else like that, definitely make sure your spark plugs don't need to be changed. Could be multiple other issues, but safe to say, could be plugs. Sound of a 2.9 never gets old, especially a healthy one.